Ellery.
She's very demanding.
Yeah, I see that.
And she's a Bouvier, but she's not like any Bouvier we've had before.
Really?
We had the first dog I had when Kirk and I met was a Wheaton Terrier, and he was crazy. His name was Murphy. He got brought home by the sheriff in the paddy wagon a couple of times. They called me and say the mayor would call. We lived in a ski town.
Looked like
up the bakery again.
It sounds like a Lady and the Tramp or something.
Send him home with the sheriff.
Hi, Tyson. Hi, Tyson.
I know.
Hi, Tyson. Thank you, Tyson. Yeah, you're a good boy, huh? Big happy boy, huh? I see. Hi, Baxter. Are you listening to the food? Is that making you happy, Baxter? Oh, you got the kickies. You got the kickies. Arr. Yeah, kickies. Good boy. Got those kickies. Got those kickies. Got those kickies. Grr. Grr. Get your kickies.
He thought I needed another carabiner, and he went out to see if he had one. Hey, Kirk.
Set up this e-collar. Already changed out the contact points and paired the e-collar button. Got a finger trainer, so paired the finger button to the right one. Let's see. Always have to remind myself exactly how to do it. That's, yeah, okay. It's on 0.
Hey. Kirk's coming, he's gonna get your food, just hang on.
So I'm just going ahead and setting up a couple of things for you.
Okay. And you said you have 2 kids, right?
Just one.
Oh, one.
Christian does. Christian has 2. Christian has 2, my business partner.
Oh.
Yeah. I've got the one. He is 15 going on 16. Yeah.
Years?
Yep.
Wow.
But I wasn't 15.
Stop it.
We adopted him 3 years ago.
Oh,
He's
wow.
technically my nephew.
Kirk. What? I've already got them. They're in here.
Okay, so I'll show you a couple of quick things. I already set up pretty much everything. There's only one last thing that I'm going to set up. But the buttons are relatively simple, right? So there's 2 on the back. This is the on and off button if you hold it down, but you got to hold it down for a second.
Okay.
It'll turn off.
So the lights go on that show it's on, and then the lights go off?
Yep, and now it's blank, it's turned off. Now this one though,
Okay.
this one's still on, right? You'll see it flashes the green.
Yeah.
The way you turn this one on and off, you see this little,
Yeah.
this is the male end, it's red, and then you have the female end, it's red here. And you just tap those buttons together, you'll see it show red, and now it's off.
You tap the 2 red buttons together.
Yep, and that's how you turn this one on and off.
Okay.
So then if I turn this one on, hold that back button, now it's on, and then red button there, it flashes green.
So you need to do it before you put it on the dog, really.
Ideally, yeah, yeah, because otherwise you're like,
Yeah, yeah.
while it's on the dog.
Exactly.
Yep. And then this button here is the electric, the black button there.
Yeah.
And then this button's also the electric, the red one, but this is boost. So the only purpose of using this red button ever is if you're not using the finger button, or if you are, but you want to quickly change the level. So like as an example, say this is on 15. When I press this, 15 goes through here. But if I press the red, 30
It goes
goes
up
through.
to 30. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
So it changes the level.
Right.
The use case for that might be when you say you're out in public and something's going on and you're trying to recall him. He doesn't recall right away. Instead of having to reach down and try to twist this, you can just press the red one.
Okay.
If you need to go higher.
Okay,
right?
so red is for urgent, running out in the road or something.
Yeah, just like whenever it's necessary to go a little higher and you need
Chasing
to
the
do it quickly.
cat.
Yeah, sure, yeah. And then
We had an episode of that the other day.
if this is on 35, then this will be 50, right? So it's always 15 above.
15 above what it is.
Yeah,
Okay.
and you can change that to, I just changed it to 15 above. It comes set at 5 above, but I found that to be very pointless. 5 above, if, like for the use case, like if you need to like use it for that, 5 above is it doesn't do anything.
No, it's
Yeah.
more for urgent.
Yeah.
That's-
Yeah, if you need to
Right
just
now.
change it up higher right away. Yeah, that way you don't have to mess with this.
Okay.
And then this is how you change the level.
Okay.
Yeah. Now the other thing you'll see is you see the M on there.
Yeah.
So that changes how this goes through, right? So if it's on the M, then it's called Momentary. So
Pulsating?
it's also on other units it's called a nick. So it just goes, it's really quick, right? I normally leave it set on the continuous, which is the C that you see there.
Okay.
Because then if you press it, it is just like
Which button are you
slightly
pressing?
longer. This black one here.
Okay,
Yep.
I'm a little bit confused.
Okay,
Hold on
sure.
a minute. Okay, the red is
The
the
boost.
current, the electric.
They're both of the electric. Both of these are
I know,
electric.
but this
yep.
one here is
Boost.
for urgent,
Yes.
immediate. You need it, it's urgent. It's a red for emergency.
It just turns it up. Yep.
Okay. Now you were talking about the C and the M. What is
Okay,
that?
so that's a setting on the back that you can change. M
Okay.
and C. And
What does C and M stand for? That helps me.
momentary and continuous.
Oh, okay. That helps me because
Yep.
I can't remember letters if I don't know what they mean.
So you'll just leave it on the C. You don't have to change
Okay.
it once it's on C. I leave mine on C all the time
Okay.
because you can make it momentary with the C if you just, right? The only thing is this gives you a secondary option where you can hold it down if you need to for a second longer. Now this will not, if you hold this down, it won't keep just like zzz, it will pulsate.
It'll still pulsate.
Yeah.
Okay. And continuous is pulsating.
Yeah, it'll still pulsate. Yep.
And what's the M for?
M is just momentary. If you hold the M down, it doesn't keep going, it just taps.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see. Then this T button.
Are these?
Oh, you can put those back.
Okay.
This T button here, it'll vibrate, right? But I don't find really any use for the vibrate. So what I normally do is I change the function of this button, which I will for you, such that it instead makes a sound. Because I have found a use case for the sound.
Okay.
The use case for the sound is like, say that they get really far away from you and you can't, you know, you'd have to yell really, really loud to get their attention. You can train them to respond to the sound. So let me find it.
I'm just going to leave it the way you said it. Because
That's the way I do it. I've set it up and then I just normally leave it the way it is. Yeah. Let's see.
Have you heard anything, Mr. Tyson? No, I'm giving you a
Ellery was the one. She was
you're
was
getting-
mooing.
You're getting your gourmet meal as usual. Those of you left for tea. Okay. Preparation for your meal. Yes, it takes some time. When you go gourmet, it takes some
Okay.
time.
So now when you press this button, it'll make
They
that
hear
sound.
that.
Yep.
Okay.
Now if you hold this button,
Press which button?
this is the
Okay.
button on the other side that says
On the
T.
other side.
Yep.
Okay.
Now, if you have the T button, if you just press it like that, it makes the sound.
Okay.
If you hold it down, it can sometimes, let me make sure it's, no, you don't have to worry about that. Okay. So the last thing is that this can be paired to any of the functions. It can be paired to the vibrate, it can be paired to the tone, or it can pair to the shock. I have it paired to the shock, which is, that's all you need, just pair it to the shock, right? So when you press this one, it just does whatever this black button will be. So whatever it says on the face of it, not the boost. So then if I press this, you can see,
Okay.
see my muscle?
Yeah.
My muscle jumps, right? And so that's on a 20. All right. So the other thing that you'll see is, you see this little,
Yeah.
yeah. So I normally have that facing out instead of towards my body. Just because that way this connects to this.
Oh, I see. So it's not in your hand, kind of.
Yeah. So this connects to this. So when I press this, it sends a signal to here, and then this signals to this. These have to be within like 12 feet, I believe, of each other.
Okay.
But if it's hooked on your belt,
Yeah. So,
it'll always work, right?
Okay.
That only matters if you like do something like where it's like driver's ed or something, where you have like, I've done that before, where like I'll have whoever I'm working with has this, and then I'll have this hooked on. That way I can kind of like,
yeah.
if they miss it.
Okay.
All right. So that's pretty much all you need to know about how the e-collar works for now. Any questions? No? Okay. Do you want to feel
Yeah,
it?
I have a lot of questions. I mean, I'll have to read.
Do you want to feel it? Yay or nay?
Sure.
Yeah? Okay. We'll do what I would do with a dog, and I would normally put it up a little higher. If you pull your sleeve up, I can just put it up a little higher that way, because here it feels weird. Okay. So I'll do what I normally would do with a dog, which is I would test to see what level they need it, right? You feel anything? No, so that's on a 5. So then I would just bump it up to an 8. I have some dogs react at this level.
I feel it.
You feel a little bit? Yeah. You want me to go like slightly higher? That way you can feel a little bit more, or yay or nay?
Oh, you can.
Okay. I'll go to a 12. Felt that?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah?
It's just a little, though.
It's just a little like,
It
ooh.
doesn't hurt.
No. Now, if you go all the way to high, yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
it'll hurt a little bit, right? Or even like, if you go up to like a 40 or 50, yeah, you're gonna feel a little,
Yeah.
yeah. And if you've never felt it before, you might go, oh, right?
Well, I had, like I said,
Yeah.
we used to have one for the yard thing where you wireless. And you had
Oh, yeah.
a wire, not for this yard, but for another yard.
The electric
And
fence.
my dog, yeah. And my dog, Tusswood ran through it before to chase a squirrel or whatever.
Yeah.
And then they're sometimes afraid to come back through it.
Yes, yeah, I've seen that.
But
So the important thing about this is that there's a few things that I'll kind of prepare you for so that you can know what to expect, right? So first thing is when I'm first teaching a dog about like the sensation of the e-collar, I always do what I just did with you, which is I start low.
right.
And then I check. I just watch them. So like
Right.
I do it for no reason. I'll just tap it and see if they feel it, right?
Yeah.
I just look for like that.
Yeah. Look.
Yeah,
Exactly.
they go.
Yeah. Well,
And if I get that, I'm like, okay, they feel it at that level, right? I've had dogs that the first response I get is at like a 5, and they're like, and I can't feel it when I use it on a 5.
Right.
And then I've had dogs where they're like, and I'm like tapping it on like a 30. And they just don't even, it seems like they don't even
Respond.
like they didn't even register it at all,
okay.
right? So I don't know
Curious,
which,
to try it on Elle sometimes.
Yeah, I
to
have
see
no
how
idea.
Elle is.
Yeah.
She's the one that I don't have.
You know what's funny?
ever Off leash.
If I had to bet you, I would bet you that Ellery would feel it at a lower level than Baxter would. That's just my guess based on what I'm seeing. That's my gut, but I don't know for sure.
I mean, everyone is
because
always saying,
she's-
you'll never have her off leash.
And she's more vocal. Yeah.
She's very vocal.
Yeah, she's more vocal.
I
So,
usually tell people when we meet, I said, she's all mouth. Don't
Yeah.
worry about it. It's just-
well, and that's the other thing. So with using negative reinforcement or positive punishment,
Are you moving?
yeah, she's. Yeah, my sister always says Karen doesn't have a dog; she has a cow.
she has a cow. So some dogs don't really vocalize at all when they feel the e-collar, and other dogs scream bloody murder like you're
Killing them.
killing them. And so it just depends on the dog.
Right.
And so then you kind of have to, and so then there's like some dogs, the risk is like I do it higher than it should be because they don't respond, like it's a little higher than it needs to be. And then other dogs, I end up where it's like because they vocalize so loudly, sometimes it's a little lower than it should have been. I did have it happen. It makes me feel like an evil demon because I was in a store the other day. I was in Carolina Pottery in Smithfield yesterday, and I tapped the e-collar on like a 25 or something like that. The dog screamed in the middle of the store like I was killing it, and I was like, "Okay, I'm sorry, baby. Like it's all right, you know." But that does happen sometimes. So my philosophy about it is that. I'm always thinking about overall welfare for the dog,
Right.
but also there's a bigger picture, overall welfare for the dog, but also for
The people.
right? So like the community at large, and also then the like direct family that has to live with the dog, and then also the dog. And then I'm also thinking about not just a small sliver of time, but the whole lifespan of the dog, right? So kind of like when you have kids, if you tell them that they shouldn't do something, and they just break down and scream and cry. But ultimately, that momentary negative affect, that momentary negative response, doesn't determine whether or not that was the right thing to do. Instead, it's, is this good for them over a longer time period? So I think the same way. Yeah, same
I
way.
had a daughter that was like,
Yeah.
you could tell the moment she turned around, she was going to go right ahead and do it.
Yeah.
He said, "Come back, look at me.
Yeah.
Did you hear me? Say what I said."
Just-
And she was 2.
Yeah.
No, she didn't cry.
Didn't cry?
She'd smile and go right about and do it.
Yeah. So then, with this, I always prefer to lean. I would prefer that I accidentally go slightly too high than accidentally go slightly too low. The reason being that if I think about overall welfare for the dog and for the people, I think, okay, if I go accidentally quite a bit too low, then it's ineffective.
Right,
And they don't learn the things they need to learn.
right,
And everything falls apart, right?
right.
If I accidentally go slightly too high and they vocalize or something like that, well, it's effective, they learn.
Right.
And then
You can back
no
it
harm, no foul, I can just back it down,
Yeah.
right? But I always try to get it just right.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's see, that's how that goes. And now I have a graphic that I wanted to share with you, and I can send these to you
Oh, okay, good.
as well. So let me see.
I'm sorry?
I'm gonna let him eat. You're gonna be
Oh,
visiting.
yeah, go ahead.
Did you
Yeah,
want
'cause
me
he's showing
to?
stuff. No, we're gonna go ahead and let Baxter eat because he will not.
Yeah, he should be fine.
He'll
Yeah.
not do well.
All right, now, I consider this part the most important.
Did you want me to send it to your email?
Yeah.
Okay. And what's that email again?
Moonbandit@msn.com.
Moon Bandit. That's right. Okay.
I had 2, well, I had more than 2 horses, but I had 2 horses, Moon and Bandit. I've had that email forever. I tried to change it to Gmail instead of
You want
MSN,
food?
but somebody had it, and it was weird, because who else would have Moon Bandit?
Yeah.
And everybody says, "Oh, that's so cool."
So you
I'm
go
like,
outside and
isn't that
dinner.
cool? My horses were Moon and Bandit. It wasn't like I
You're like, it was
dreamed
simple.
up something. It was that creative. I said, no.
I'll just send these to you so you can see them now, and also
Go eat.
that way you can
she eat everything?
review them later.
Come here, babe. Your food? She's not hungry. Did you forget to put something in it?
No,
Oh, there she goes. She's gonna eat.
they have ham,
Usually they
cheese,
clean up on it.
they've got their treats chopped up, and Baxter has his.
Tasty.
Medicine on top.
All right, so I just sent them over to you,
Okay,
but I will show them to you briefly.
okay.
All right. So it is the 4 levers for behavioral change in dog training.
Okay.
So this is like the basic way that dogs and people fit pretty nicely into it as well, right? So we have positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, positive punishment, and negative punishment.
Okay,
And we're probably going to use all of them
okay,
at one point or another.
okay.
But for teaching new things like working commands, it's just these.
Right,
Positive and negative reinforcement.
Okay.
So anytime you see reinforcement, makes a behavior more likely. Anytime you see punishment, makes a behavior less likely. Right? So positive reinforcement examples would be treats, right? Food, the environment, bushes, leaves, sniffing things, freedom, right? To run around and go do whatever. Playing, right? Playing games. Affection, right? You know, when I scratch Baxter's butt and he kicks his leg, or I'm just like, you're just a good boy and you moo, right? So praise, affection. Other dogs can be rewarding to some dogs, right? Because otherwise, why do they pull towards them? People, so other people.
yep.
Squirrels?
Baxter loves the lady next door.
Yeah, so they want to go say hi really badly, right?
Really, he always does. He loves Peggy.
Squirrels, right? So stuff they see,
Squirrels,
yeah, that can be rewarding. Praise, overcoming challenge. If you make a game harder and they have to do something to get the next piece. As an example, I have dogs get like kind of addicted to the release command. They hear me go, okay, and they go, and they just like, and they like take off running and sprint all over the place and get super excited.
I brought in my wire brush to clean the grill with.
Your what?
I have a wire brush to clean the grill. I brought it in, and I started working on stuff. Oh, fine. Somebody's over there.
And then
We even had one.
the reason I put overcoming challenge in there is because sometimes, very, very frequently actually, making it harder for the dog to get the thing that they want increases the amount of reward that they feel when they do get it,
Okay.
right? Just like people.
Right.
That happens a lot. If it's easy and smooth
Yeah.
and like it comes
Yeah.
like you don't have to do anything, it's like,
Yeah.
You don't
It's
care
not
about it that
worth
much.
as much.
exactly.
It's too easy.
And then another one, exercise. Sometimes if I can't get a dog to play with me yet, I'll just like run around with them and get them to run with me. And then all of a sudden, woo,
Okay.
they're a little more interested, right? And there's different ways to do that. So those are some examples. And the most common use case for that is rewarding desired behaviors, right? So like as an example, I asked Baxter to sit. And then, you know, I'm working on duration. So like he's sitting. And then I go, okay. And then he takes off because he knows that means he can get up. And he runs around. And then I'm like, oh. And then I whip out a tug toy and we're like, grr, 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 grr.
Okay.
Then he goes, I did it right. And then I get access to this awesome stuff, right? Freedom, playing, and you know, praise, right? I'm going to do all of those things. So the key point there is that motivation's got to be, you want motivation to be high.
Right.
So the higher you can get their motivation to do the thing, the more reinforced the thing that you asked them to do is. So that's why one of the keys with dog training is paying attention to like what's the emotional state of the dog, right? If you're training a dog, like if you're working with Baxter, Baxter's moping around like that while you're trying to teach him things, you know?
Yeah.
That's not ideal,
Right.
because motivation is low
Right.
and his emotional state is low. And if you think about human examples, if I'm teaching a class of students and they're like,
Yeah, I've been a teacher, so I know what that
they
looks
don't
like.
remember, right? They are way less likely to remember what you taught them because they're not engaged at all and they're hating it and they don't want to be there, right? So paying attention to that, sometimes I will sacrifice that was the correct thing to do because doing it that way
Yeah.
tanks the emotional state. So sometimes I will choose the wrong option. If you think about it just like, okay, just purely like mechanics and principles of dog training, that's wrong, the wrong way to do it. But sometimes it actually ends up being the right way to do it,
Okay.
because sometimes it's worth doing it the wrong way or letting something go if their emotional state stays high, right? Because then if you do that, then later on you can fix it, right? Once things are clear. So that's positive reinforcement. The other big important one that we'll go over today is negative reinforcement.
Okay.
So we'll cover these another time,
Okay.
right? Because I try not to, I used to like spend a long time and go over everything and just completely overload somebody.
Those days can be really
Yeah.
funny about punishment. I mean,
Yeah.
I yelled at Tessa one time because she ran across the street after a deer.
Mm.
Oh my God, her feelings were so hurt. I mean, she was just
Yeah.
like,
Sounds like you did it right. Yeah,
she
yeah,
was
because that's the whole
so
point of the
upset.
punishment. If
And
you
then-
don't see,
But she was so hurt.
Then
I mean,
you're-
it was like- It made me feel
what I tell
bad.
people, yeah, it makes you feel bad.
But I was
yeah,
mad
but it's good. Yeah,
because I had a dog got hurt running into the road. So
there it is. What were you worried about? Welfare.
yeah.
Yeah, and so I think about it. That's why I think about the time scale and like I know things they don't
Like,
know.
she used to, like,
yeah,
You'd drive home and she would see a squirrel that I wasn't even paying attention to. I'm just driving and I'd open the back,
Mm.
run out
yeah,
and be chasing and then go for a dip in the water, you know. And so one time I, in and out, at least a dozen times, in and out. I said, and you don't get out until I say come. In and out, in and out. I made her jump in and out of the car
Yeah.
like a dozen times.
Yeah.
I said, now when I say stay, you don't walk out of there until I tell you you can come out.
Yeah.
Because she just
she was just bolting out.
bolting out, and that's so dangerous.
It's dangerous.
I mean, they do it in parking lots and things like that. I mean, you don't have time to
You don't have time.
react. you know.
Yeah, and that's why when I take all of that stuff into account. I'm glad to hear you say that, because those kinds of things, it's all connected, right? So if they don't listen to me normally, I have no reason to expect they would listen to me when it's an emergency,
Right.
So then it's worth it to me to punish, to penalize,
Right.
when it wouldn't be a big deal, so that when it is a big deal,
Right.
they listen. Yeah.
Tyson, I'm not so sure, but Baxter won't get out of the car to the top. He's hit his head on it. It was a self-learning experience, so he doesn't ever get out until he's sure.
He learned through natural consequences from the environment.
Yes.
Yeah, that happens sometimes. Yeah,
And yeah, they know they're not allowed. I'll tell them to stay because I got 3 of them, and they're all jumping out, and I'm standing there. Like when we go to the reservoir, Tyson gets so excited about going to the reservoir.
yeah,
I don't even take him anymore. I can't control Tyson. I
yeah.
can't. I'm not
Oh,
strong enough
maybe
to
we'll
control
work on
him.
that at some point.
A
Yeah,
little bit,
if
yeah,
things go
because
well. Yeah,
The other day, I had to just drop the leash and let him.
just let him go.
Dogs.
He's about to yank you. He was about to
Yeah.
yank you on the ground or something.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
and I've already come down 3 times, and
Ouch. Yeah.
yeah, I had cuts all over my face because
Oh,
I
man.
thought I held on to the leash.
Yeah, yeah.
Face down.
Face
still
down. I'm
holding
still
it.
holding the leash. Yeah.
Right in the street.
Yeah. Well, and it's funny, like that kind of equation, I think about it then, it's like, okay, well, how like severely am I willing to punish the dog in that case? Well, there's the other people and the other dogs. That's one part of it. And then there's Tyson, that's one part of it. And then there's you getting dragged on your face, and that's another part of it.
Yeah.
And so for me, that equation makes it where it's like simple. It's like, oh, well, like let's make things clearer for Tyson, so that doesn't happen.
What's your problem, child?
She wants attention.
You want to go out? Well, come on. Kirk's out there cleaning the grill. Why don't you go out with him?
I think she wants to play.
You want to go out and see what he's doing? Come on, Al. Come on, Al. Baxter's going out. You want to go out?
Let's go. Come on. Let's go. Go. Out you go. Yeah. No, so I think about all those things. That's all part of the equation for me. So then it's like, okay, well,
Yeah, I know. I just.
yeah. So the way it works is simple. And you can think about lots of human examples of negative reinforcement and positive punishment, right? So our lives are filled with it.
Oh, yeah.
Negative reinforcement is very simple. It's just pressure and release. in simple terms, right? So there's some kind of pressure from something.
Right.
It could be pressure from me, like if I stand too close to you. Ooh, right? That's pressure, right? That's just social pressure and spatial
Right,
pressure
right.
from me to you. Or there's also physical pressure, right? Like if I grabbed your arm. Or there's social pressure of lots of other varieties, right? That people put on us and put on each other. Or like for people, there's financial pressure, right? So there's all these different kinds of pressure. And for a dog, the ones that they understand the best are physical, social, and spatial, right? So social pressure, hey, no, right? What are you doing, right?
Yeah.
Right? And then also, if I move into their space,
Okay.
they respond to that very frequently. And so it's like the way you're standing, moving towards them,
Right.
you're putting pressure on them,
Okay.
but in a social way, because you're not touching them, right?
Right.
Physical pressure, that can happen lots of different ways, right? Physical pressure can be like using a collar, like a flat collar, if you pop it a little bit.
Right.
Or it could be boop on the nose, right? Right.
Yeah.
Right? Or the e-collar is an example, right? Or it could just be straight up like if you push their butt down as an example.
Okay.
That's physical manipulation, right? So you're
Right.
putting pressure on them, and then the whole point of the negative reinforcement is that the pressure goes away when
They respond.
when they do the thing that you're trying to get them to do. And it's important that when you're doing it, the pressure releases immediately because you're teaching something.
Right.
So you want the moment that they did the right thing to be really clear,
Right.
right? So like as an example, say I'm trying to teach Baxter to down, and I'm trying to incorporate negative reinforcement so that it's obligated, so that they don't just like go, it's when I feel like it. I know what it means, but sometimes I don't do it because I don't feel like it. If I say use just like the flat collar and I kind of pull down on the flat collar, and maybe I use the e-collar. I'm pulling down a little bit on the flat collar and I tap the e-collar a couple of times. And then they hit the down position, but I keep pressure on for a few more seconds. That can muddy the waters in their head because now they're in that position,
down,
but they're still not out of the pressure. And they're like, oh,
Right.
right? But if as soon as they hit here, pressure's gone, and I go, okay, good job, yeah. They're like, oh, I hit this position, pressure went away, and I got rewarded, right? So then I got lots of positive reinforcement right after that. Then that makes it like really simple for them to understand. So the whole point of it is you can teach with it, and you can also make behaviors obligated with it if they already know them through positive reinforcement only, right? So the main use case is you integrate it with the positive reinforcement, something they love, on the back end, and you integrate it within things like games and walks, right? So
Like
say
what?
games and walks,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Now, the only thing that you have to be careful with is what you don't want to end up with if you have negative reinforcement. It's like too strong and you're not having good positive experiences right after that, and you're not like having a lot of positive reinforcement after. You can end up with a dog that listens, they're compliant, yay, but they're flat.
Yeah.
They're flat and they're sad, right? And they're like,
Yeah.
and you like sit and they're like, and it's like, I want to see them like, oh, okay. And then they're like waiting for
Right.
good stuff, right? So you got to use it wisely in that case, right? And then positive punishments adding penalties. It's exactly the same as negative reinforcement. It just has a different purpose, right? So the difference between positive punishment, which is like a penalty, and negative reinforcement, which is like pressure and then release from pressure, is that when I'm using negative reinforcement, say I pull a little bit down on the collar for them to go onto the down, my goal is that they learn the down. When I'm using it, that same kind of pressure as a penalty, my goal is that they don't do whatever they just did that I don't want them to do ever again, right? So say like they like jump all over you or they pull towards another dog. Then I'm gonna go and tap the e-collar, right? Or pop the collar, whatever it is. I'm not teaching them to do something. I'm penalizing something they did so they don't do it again,
Right.
right? So that's the only difference between the two.
Okay.
And things you can do with that, same stuff, physical pressure,
Right.
e-collar, leash pressure, that kind of stuff, social pressure, spatial pressure, the little nose boop. Another one, though, that's actually really effective for some dogs is a spray bottle.
Yeah.
I've used it to great effect sometimes. It works for some dogs. For other dogs, it doesn't.
Oh, the barking and the coins in a can, an empty can.
Oh,
things
yeah,
like
the
that.
shaker can, yeah.
And the spray bottle.
Yeah, like a
If it's-
bonker is what I've heard it called before. Yeah.
Yeah. and
Sometimes
we
if
have
you throw it towards a dog, you don't hit them with it. You just throw it towards them. And
we have
yeah.
an air horn
You get a
too,
startle reaction?
is
Yeah.
Which I was carrying around. It's just hard to
yeah,
carry
it's like a
around,
noise
so-
maker. Yeah, it can be useful. It can be. You good, bro? You just.
He likes his bed.
Yeah, I see that. Yeah. Likes it a lot, apparently. All right, bro. Go ahead. I'm not going to stop you. Okay, yeah, so we'll just go with that for now.
Okay.
And the only other thing that I wanted to show you was...
You know, you can
We'll
sit down if you want. We have four
sure.
bar
Yeah,
stools
thank you.
here. I'm just thinking,
Yeah,
and
no
you're
problem.
standing the whole time.
Yeah. So I'll show you, we'll go over these a little bit more briefly. So this one's how learning happens.
Okay.
That's shorthand for nerds. You don't have to worry about that. It's very simple. So when you're trying to teach a dog something, anytime you learn anything or a dog learns anything, this is what's happening.
Okay.
You have a behavior of some kind. Say they sit, right?
Right.
That's what the dog did. And then there's this stage, which is optional, right? There's a marker, right, where you could go, okay. And then
Okay. So
it marks that they did it correctly, or marks that they did it
somebody
incorrectly.
we use clicker training does the same thing.
Exactly. But this is what's the most important part, is called prediction error. It's the wait what moment. So that happens when they expect one thing and something else happens. Yeah,
Okay.
that the pattern's violated. If the pattern's never violated without prediction error of some kind, no learning ever occurs, right? No learning ever occurs.
Say that again. I'm not sure I follow.
So if they have a thing they expect, and then what they expect happened, do they learn anything? Say, as an example, you teach him that when he hears you say sit, he doesn't have to do anything, right? He learns this because you never make him sit, or he never gets anything. Like, he never figures out, okay, when I say sit, you sit. If I say sit and then he doesn't sit and then nothing happens, does he learn anything?
He learns he doesn't have to listen.
Yeah. So then it's that, but he already knew that. So then nothing is learned.
Right.
Because the pattern that has been in place already
Didn't.
was successfully predicted. It happened exactly as he thought it would. And if things happen exactly as you think you will, you don't learn anything. But if that pattern changes, if you predict one thing will happen and then something completely different happens, it violates that pattern that you're expecting. You go, wait, what? That's not what I thought was going to happen.
Yeah.
And it makes you go, why did that happen and not this? So then you have to pinpoint what made the difference, right?
Okay.
All learning happens that way. And the thing that might be different that happens is it could either be rewarding or it could be an aversive consequence.
Okay.
It's just trial and error learning, right? So we learn by consequences. So as an example, say your dog has been for a long time like walking up to you and barking in your face a whole bunch, right? Okay. And then every time that happens, you go, hey, buddy, and you pet him. Mm-hmm. That's a rewarding consequence, right? So they keep doing it.
Right.
Right.
Okay.
And they're like, okay, this makes sense. Yeah. They're like, well, I go bark in their
I
face.
got what I want.
Yeah. I get pets. And it's like, yeah, this makes sense to me.
Right.
But then if all of a sudden that prediction fails and instead you go, and you boop them on the nose. And they go,
Right.
what?
Okay, I got it.
Yeah. So you have an aversive consequence there.
Right.
And then what needs to happen next is you reset, right? So you don't keep that going. Instead, now things return to normal. right? Say a few minutes. And then you have a second trial. They try it again.
Right.
Bark, 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 bark. That's when the learning happens.
Okay.
Right? So you prediction error. So another example that I like is that they could expect something aversive to happen, and instead something rewarding happens. So say as an example, they're kind of shy, and they see people and they expect something bad might happen, right? Because maybe something bad has happened every time. But then instead, you just sit there. And then they finally do kind of work up courage to kind of like come like look at you, and you don't do anything. And then you like toss a treat on the ground, or you toss a ball, and they're like, oh. And they go get the ball, or they go like eat the treat, and they're looking at you like, They expected something bad to happen. Instead, something good happened.
When we first got Baxter, he was afraid of men. He'd go up to men and bark.
Yeah.
Or he'd stay back, or he'd get behind me or something like that. So I took him to the park, and I had men that I knew that were taking their dogs to the park. I said, if you're not afraid of them, would you pet them? And he got over it pretty much.
Yeah.
He's not. There's still times if a guy's wearing a ball cap or wearing a hat or something like that where he'll be not sure.
Kind of unsure of that person. Yeah.
But he's not the way he was when I got him.
Good. Yeah. Another really good example is aggressive behavior. Normally, the very first thing I do to start addressing like real aggressive behavior is I let them bite me. Because normally they don't do it. They don't get to bite. And a lot of them won't. They're bluffing. But if they're not bluffing, I need to find out. So I just put on protective gear, and I just go, like walk up, and I just stand there.
Yeah.
And I just tell them, let them go. Let's see what happens. And then they learn this way, because then they, what normally happens? People cross the street, they go away. Or they, go, hey, get your dog, and they leave.
Yeah.
And their person is holding them on the other end of the leash, and
Yeah.
so there's pressure, and then that person leaves, and then they stop barking and doing all the stuff, and the pressure goes away.
That's kind of how it is with me and Tyson
Yeah.
when he sees another dog.
And then they go, hey,
I have
buddy.
to take the whole leash and wrap it around a tree.
Yeah.
Or I'm down. I'll be
Yeah.
down.
So then it's like, okay, well, and then if they actually do bite, I go, hey, buddy, like, what was that? You good? And that just causes immediate confusion in the dog. They just learn.
Yeah.
That always works. Yeah, like, because they think, I bite somebody hard.
He hasn't bitten
Yeah.
anyone. He wants to go out and see the dogs.
That's way more normal,
But
actually.
He's
Yeah.
100 pounds.
He's just too big.
Appears aggressive.
It looks scary.
It looks
Yeah.
scary from the people over there, especially if they have a little dog, a little Cavalier or something like that. They have a little dog, a Havanese or whatever. Or if they have dogs and they see this 100-pound dog come running at them, their dogs get aggressive.
Right.
And now I've got to manage my aggressive dog against their aggressive dog, so I'm just like, I'm
Yeah.
wrapping them around a tree just to prevent
Prevent him from doing anything. Yeah, from anything
it's
from happening.
prevent.
Yeah.
That's all it is. I know they've all been socialized. We went to a park, dog park. It was heavily used 3 times a day for an hour each time. So they're all very well socialized, not since we've been here, but in the past. And then I kept dogs, and we'd have 5 or 6 dogs in the house
Yeah.
with all of them.
And they normally did fine.
They all did fine.
Yeah, they
People
did good.
couldn't believe
Yeah.
it. We had
Yeah.
a house that was smaller than this, and people would be like, "Where do you put them all?" What do you do?" I said,
They just hang
all
out.
sleep in the house.
Yeah.
They sleep in our bedroom. We
Yeah.
just put their bed in their bedroom, and I said they all.
That's good. It
you
shows
know,
they're capable.
all
So
fine.
then it's probably something else going on, right?
Yeah.
It's probably attached to their being held back.
It could be.
yeah.
And I thought about that. I thought
Yeah.
he might be feeling me getting tense because I see someone coming. They're coming with a big dog. He's going to react, and I'm like, shit.
Yep.
There
Exactly.
it goes. you know.
Yeah.
And
And
then I
fortunately,
know that. I
like
know
that's
that.
something that could be.
But I don't know how to. I don't. Sometimes I try to. Okay, keep loose.
I could show you in like 15 minutes.
But I'm like.
Yeah, it could be fixed in like one time. Yeah.
And I mean, like I said, he's never
Yeah.
attacked a dog, or he has. If he doesn't like dogs that growl at him, and he will growl at them. if he goes by in the car and he sees him outside, he doesn't like a dog who's aggressive. If a dog is aggressive, he will go after him.
Yeah. Well, he just reacts towards them. Yeah.
He
reacts towards their reaction. Yeah.
Their reaction, but so I just and like I said, I get worried.
Yeah.
I never used to with my dogs because I wouldn't allow it to happen.
Yeah.
But I would get worried with him because he's more powerful than me.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, maybe I think we could go on a walk with him once, and I could show you a couple of things, because it's just this. You just create a prediction error. There's normally like two things that happen.
It's like you
the
said.
first one is I let them go.
I'm tense because I see here comes that guy. And he has that big black Malinois hat right on, and I'm like, okay, this is not good. Tyson's gonna react, and I look for a tree nearby me. And we walk into the woods or walk into somebody's yard, and I wrap the leash around the tree because.
Yeah, I want to help you with that.
I
want to help you with that because it's
embarrassing.
If you know how to do it, it's relatively uncomplicated. The flexi plus the e-collar solve the problem completely, because you let them have the freedom to go do it, and then they start to go do it, and then you make a negative consequence. But you get to learn two things in that case. One, you learn, are they actually going to go all the way there? And then the second thing that you learn is, all right, if they are going to go all the way there, how do they respond to the penalty?
I can see his hackles going up and everything.
Yeah.
And like I said, I'm not sure. I just don't want it to happen because I don't want there to be a fight or and I don't feel in control.
Yeah.
I don't feel in control of
No,
the
I mean,
situation.
you're doing the best management that you can. You're doing the right thing.
And I'm like, okay, I know he's usually really good. Like you said, I don't know whether it's him or me, or he's feeding off of me, seeing that I'm fearful. Because I'm fearful for him.
Probably a combination of several things. Yeah, it normally is. I can't tell you for sure without seeing it.
Well, I mean, I know how it is with the dogs.
They do feed off you.
They feed off of it. Just the horses the same way. When you're on the range, they say if you're scared, sing because your breathing is easy.
We train protection dogs, and when someone has a dog that's being really reactive on leash to other dogs or to people, it's normally a combination of all of the exact same things that we do to train a protection dog. The way we train a protection dog is we hold them back with the leash, and we try to be as nervous as we can, and we have somebody come out of the bushes looking weird, and then when the dog barks and acts scary like we want them to, that person leaves. And if you think about what happens on a walk with Tyson, it's exactly the same, right? I mean, you have to try to hold him back. You're scared.
The dog,
and the people leave when Tyson barks.
Yeah.
That's how you train a protection dog. You train them to bark and do all that stuff by doing exactly that sequence that happens to people every day when they take their dogs on walks. And so then you have to reverse all of those things, and then it can go away entirely. The person doesn't leave, one.
I did let him walk up to these dogs. Well, I didn't let him. I dropped the leashes because I was going to go flat across the
You're going to go flat again? Yeah.
And I let him go up. It's a husky that comes, and this guy and his wife walk him down this road all the time. Most of the time, if it's Ellery and Baxter I have, we're okay. I can control them. But if it's Tyson,
You have a
I
hard time.
apologize.
Well, he's really strong.
I'm sorry, I have to let. I said I can't hold him back.
Well, then that's a safety issue. We'll work on that
It is a
relatively soon.
safety issue.
We'll work on that relatively soon. So the last, I'll skip that third one. The last point is these are the two primary training modalities, right? The two primary ways that I like to train. The first one is I play. Play games. It's a nice evaluation tool. You can detect issues that you normally wouldn't detect if you were just doing like calm food training. And you just do anything that they like doing, basically, and you cultivate a love for the game. And then you can develop cooperation and authority in the game, right? The second one that is also my favorite is the walk, because it's lower arousal than the play and the games are.
Okay.
But you're getting fulfillment in cooperation and in the environment for the dog. And it's real world stuff. That's what you do with your dogs anyway. You take them on walks, right? The common problems that we see with walks are they're on a standard 6-foot leash and a flat collar or harness. And it's just kind of mindless. They're just like kind of walking and there's nothing happening.
Right.
the short line for an untrained dog immediately poses the person as a restrictor.
Okay.
And the dog as a prisoner, who's in his brief window of supposed freedom, right, the walk, and he has very few chances to do dog things, basically.
Right. Okay.
And then constant like dragging on the leash, pulling on the leash, it habituates them to leash pressure. So then that makes it easier for them to pull in other cases because they don't yield to the leash because they're always pulling it anyway. And so then it's really hard to develop cooperation. Teaches them the walk is just a conflict. It's confrontation, right? So you can upgrade the walk by swapping that short line out for flexi like you got.
Yeah.
And you can use the flat collar. I use it normally. You can also use a prong collar, but we'll use the flat collar. That's what I normally use. And the longer line allows them to explore, find fulfillment in the environment, and it allows us to practice things, right? It allows the rewards to be bigger. So what I think we should do to start things out is, with Baxter, is we can have a little bit of practice time outside in the backyard,
Okay.
maybe 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes. And I just want to show you how to
it's
use the
already been
e-collar.
an hour.
Has it?
You'll be, yeah, I mean, well, it's 6.
Yeah.
And you got here at 4:30.
Oh, yeah.
It's an hour and a half.
Hour and a half.
Way over there.
Yeah. Yeah. Christian laughs at me because I end up taking way longer than he does at most things. But I don't know. I like to be thorough. It's like, yeah. Well, and I don't know. I like it.
Well, that's good.
Yeah. Dog training is interesting. So, and I like teaching people about it. So let's take him out there.
Okay.
And what I'll do is I'll demonstrate a couple of things for you. And then I'll have you try them.
Okay.
And I'll kind of link it up with the things we were talking about.
Okay.
So first thing, let me feel his flat collar. Hey, Bob. Hey, Bob. Yes, that's good. Would it be all right if we tighten the flat collar just a little bit? Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. You can loosen it later if you need to.
Okay.
That's good. I know. Okay. Fortunately, he has a very large head, so it's going to be hard. That's probably good, because if the dog's head is slender, I have to tighten this more than I would with a dog like him, because he's got a much larger head than neck. So if you do this with like a Doberman, yeah, sometimes it comes off, yeah, or certain dogs it comes off.
Be able to put no more than 2 fingers.
Yeah, and this is a little looser than that, but he's got a big head, so maybe just a little bit more.
Well, it probably needed to be
That's
adjusted
good.
after having his hair cut.
That's good. Yeah, get a few fingers in there, so that's good, like 4. All right, so we'll hook this up. Good doggy. Hand this to you. There we go. And I'll take this one for now. Finger button, and then I will show you how to put this on. Okay. So, I mean, it's pretty simple. The only thing that's important is, one, I normally like to put it above the flat collar, like this.
Okay. Is that where it hits their throat, more or less?
Yeah, and so
Instead of
then
just being around their neck.
it should be here, on the left side.
On the left? Okay.
I normally put it on the left, up high, like that. So it shouldn't be down here.
Gotcha.
It should be up here,
Okay.
right?
By the ear. Okay.
Yeah.
All these people talking to surgery down there, Mr. T.
And the main thing is that this one is more important that this one's tight. Yeah, so you can see I can get a few fingers in there, but I normally like to feel around in here. Yep, that's the advantage of the longer one, so that's touching just fine. So that's tight enough, right?
Okay.
All right.
What is this? Oh, that's the end? Oh, geez. You just let that go?